technical trading things. What you're talking about is you're wondering if you put in more, if you're going to make more. No. So if you put in $10 and you make a 263x, you made 10 times 263. If you put in $1,000, you made 1,000 times 263, pretty much. Because those numbers are small enough, you're not sliding the market on exit. Those are tiny numbers. You're not going to impact the market with tiny amounts like that. If you start to play with larger amounts, you're going to need to be more tactical about your entry and exit to get other people to take the other side of the trade to reduce your slippage, basically, to act as pseudo liquidity by extending your time. So like, we do have a feature called bigger pays better, but it only pays a little bit better. If you want to make more in HEX, longer is what you do, because you can make 3 times the interest. If you stake for a day, you're going to make interest. But if you stake for a year, you're going to make 20% more. If you stake for 2 years, you're going to make 40% more. If you stake for 3 years, you're going to make 60% more. Shares, like your interest, and goes up by 60%. Where does that come from? We copied it from the normal legacy CD. The normal legacy time deposit pays you 20% more every extra year that you lock. And I thought, well, why don't we copy what already works for $7.2 trillion of money? Why don't we copy the same parameters that they're using in the bank and pay you 20% more the longer you lock? Now, if less people lock up their HEX, your inflation rate shoots up. So the currency inflates 3.69% maximum per year. This big payday on November 19th, that inflates like 30%, but it's given to people that can't sell because the average, it's minted at the end of people's stakes, and the average stake's 4.5 years. So you're not going to see that inflation for a very long time, if ever. I mean, people might stake, get their big payday, unstake, and then just restake again. You don't know how much of that will ever actually hit the market. So if only 1% of people were staked, so you've got a currency that's this big, and then a sliver of it. You've got a currency that's this big, and then a sliver of it is earning interest. But it's earning interest on that giant piece. So if we have a system that inflates lower than Bitcoin ever did on its path to 20,000. So Bitcoin inflated, when it was 20,000, Bitcoin's inflation rate was 3.89%. It used to be thousands of percent annualized in the beginning, which is how you go from 0 coins to 18 million coins. You got to inflate a lot. So I targeted lower than Bitcoin's inflation rate, 3.69. It's a nice geometric growth figure, a bunch of cool things about that particular number. If you only 1% of people are staked, they're going to make 369% interest. Why? Because the whole currency is inflating, and it creates a very large amount of HEX, but you're just giving it to a few people, so they get outsized returns. Well, people look at those outsized returns and they go, well, I want a piece of that. And then they stake too. And so right now, the total number of staking percent in HEX is about 14 or 15%, which leaves a lot of rewards for people in the system where the average staker right now makes like 28 or 29%. The average stake makes about 28 or 29% now. That will, I believe, decrease over time. I think more people will stake, and I think you will see those numbers come down. But in the end, do you care more about the 28 or 29% that you're getting of new HEX, or do you care about the 26,000% USD appreciation? Right. So in this system, the most important component for yield is actually the USD appreciation, and it is a more important component than the annual percentage, in my opinion. And we do have volatility, and volatility is a feature. If you don't have volatility, how are you going to make money? If the price goes flat the entire time, you're not making money. As a matter of fact, if it's tied to the dollar, you're losing money. So you need volatility, and you need order books that are just the right amount of thickness for your market participants to get price appreciation. Otherwise, the price is too heavy to move up. So in HEX, we have had like an 85% dip, a 70% dip, another 70% dip, and then it just goes and makes new all-time highs. So what happens in those dips? People are given the opportunity to sell a top, or to buy a top and sell the bottom, and they lose money. Okay, and who makes their money? The guy that bought the bottom and sold the top is who makes the money. So, Warren Buffett has a great quote that markets are places where the impatient go to give their money to the patient. And that's how it works. So delayed gratification is like all personal development is delayed gratification. It's choosing the long-term effective thing over the short-term thing. And HEX monetizes that. It monetizes time. It's the world's first blockchain city. It addresses a larger market than Bitcoin. It's more secure than Bitcoin. It's faster. It has higher throughput. It has more features. It's just fucking great. It's like, it's so vastly better than it needs to be. It's insane. Like, it's like, and then things are just dying all around us. Other poorly designed systems are getting crushed all around us. And yet people yell scam because they just see the gains and they see that I talk about price and they see the candles and they just can't understand that I've been at this longer than them. I understand it better than them. I've been more like, they're just outclassed. Their brains can't even comprehend that something this good could exist. So they just assume that it's crap. They assume it's a scam, right? Oh, the price went up 263x. It has to be a scam. But Bitcoin's up 1.6 millionx, you idiots. Explain that. Yeah. Ethereum's up 3,000x. Explain that. They're too stupid to get it. Like, they just don't. Guys, here's the charts. 263x is not that insane in crypto. Like, we have seen this before with other things that have product market fit early in their cycles. Like.